Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's a Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Dive Bombers franchise rebuild here in Super Mega Baseball 4. We are in the Year 10 off-season phase, as last episode saw us collapse even further down the end of the season as we immediately lost the first game of our Final Five to the Thumpers, eliminating us from playoff contention, and we simmed the rest of the year, seeing us finish at 8-16. Once again, another losing season in the collection of the Dive Bombers history. And we also saw the Night Bats win their second consecutive championship here in the Green Nachos Leagues. And then we did the player re-signing phase. And as you can see, we lost a big name in Albert Murphy, one of our offensive leaders there at first base. We also lost Adeline Fontina, our number 4 starter. And then we released all the other guys we signed late in the season that we weren't planning on keeping. Zuniga, Watkins, Taverna, Walters, and Bartlett. And then we also decided to release Ava Stevenson because if we're also going to bring in a third baseman this year, I would rather have Dakota Oldman as the backup because of his utility ability. So that, plus he can play everywhere in the field. That kind of helps. So I went ahead off screen and looked through the free agents here. Oops, I went through a round by accident there, but thankfully none of our guys we were targeting got signed. But yeah, I just wanted to go through like the retirements here real quick. The only surprising one is Augustus Dupree from the False Knights. He was only 33. He was their second baseman. He's going to go play overseas. But everyone else was older players that retired. Red Hartman, who's the shortstop for the Bird Lizards. Gorko Agro, who's the closer for the Gold Coats. Boxer Mayer, one of the Thumpers starters. Plunge Gaines, the Below Zeros closer. Stub Kruger, the shortstop who was on the Flyers. And Abraham Angeles, one of the Angeles siblings from the False Knights. He is also retiring as well. I don't know where his sister and his other brother are in the league. I know Cowie Angeles is still in the league, and I forget the female's name, but I believe she's still in the league as well. But here's the free agents that we have starred looking at the team right now. So we have a rookie catcher, exciting prospect here, Alicia Nunez, who would fit our current discipline build as it is. Very well-rounded prospect. We then have Malachi Tedson. He's kind of like Gage Cano, just a little bit older and, with more power than contact. Marvin Deekness, he is a better version of Gage Cano, younger. Actually, no, they're the same age, but he's more well-rounded in his skill set, which makes me like him better than Gage. And then there's Madden Rilo, who is a young developmental catcher option. He also is disciplined, fitting that build as well. Then moving down the list here into first base, obviously we want to bring back Albert Murphy. We can only re-sign Freeman or Murphy. I don't think we'll be able to afford both of them this time around. And obviously Albert has been here for the longer haul. He's more established on the team, so I would like to bring him in, or bring him back, especially since it was kind of, unexpected that he would turn down an 86% contract offer. What was even more embarrassing was Fontina turning down a 98% contract offer. I thought it was 95. It was actually 98. Moving to second base, I have a couple options start here. Arrest Blacksmith, obviously, who we played with in the Thumpers portion of this series. She fits our discipline build. And then there's Heather Mann, who obviously is the only original Dive Bomber member that was left on the roster last year. Bringing her back would be for nostalgia purposes. I like Blacksmith more, even though she is older. She has a more well-rounded skill set, as you can see. She's a much better fielder than Heather is. Heather's the better hitter by far, but Blacksmith has more speed, and she's better defensively up the middle. And then also I starred Lupine McKay, obviously one of our former players. He just happened to pop up here. And there's also couple younger options. If we want to get a backup second baseman, we have Killer Hull, 21-year-old prospect. He's a great fielder and a decent bat off the bench. Mostly he's here for defense. Lilith Love is a better bat off the bench, less so than fielding. She also could be a pinch runner. And Eastman Ronette, he's a fielder and a pinch runner, basically. He's not here for offense. All three of them are competitive players. Alright, and then moving down the list here to third base, obviously Alessandro Richard is the best one available, outside of Bland Grips. I like Bland Grips, but he's 34, so he is more inclined to regression, while Richard is only 28, although he might be a little bit of a liability there at third base fielding-wise. Milana Carr, she was interesting, but those traits are scaring me. Tyrone Kirk, obviously we saw that experiment, it didn't work. Rookie third baseman here, I got starred Quinn Ventura. He'd have outside pitch and stimulated. He's not a great fielder at third base, but he's got great wheels and he's got good pop in his bat. And then moving down the list to shortstop, I did think about replacing Garius Huffman. I started the top 3 best available options, which obviously are Young, Blake Benwood, Maya Rogers, who was released from the Thumpers, and Gingham Hamilton, who is now left to below zeros, I believe. Or was he on the bottlenose? I think he was on the bottlenoses. My bad. But yeah, he left the bottlenoses this past off season. So there are options to replace Huffman if we do choose to go that route. Although right now, since we're leaning into the discipline traits, I think we're okay. So what traits are we missing? We lost Pinch Perfect. We've lost Consistent and Little Hack. Big Hack and Ace Exterminator are gone. So that's right now down to 6 in Scholarly. We're down to 3. We're down to 4 in Disciplined. We're down another one, so we're down to 3 in Discipline now. Stevenson, that's Spirited, that's Competitive, that's down to 3. Fontina didn't have any traits. Watkins had Sliders, that's down another point. And then Falls Behind, that's another one off of Crafty, that's down to 6. And Falls Behind, that's another one in Scholarly. So right now I think Scholarly is at 4 traits, if my math is correct. Disciplined is at 3 traits. Yeah, Discipline's at 3 traits. Competitive is at 3 traits as well. Spirited didn't lose anything, so that's still at 3, and Crafty right now is sitting at 6. So right now we are mostly inclined to Crafty players, but there aren't many good ones in free agency. I'll show you in a second. Moving down the list, let's see. That was third base. We don't have a need for like any starting caliber outfielders, as I'm pretty happy with the outfielders we have on the roster. I just had a couple bench guys I found interesting. Where are they? I think I have one that I found interesting, and that is Beetle Rago. He's not a great fielder, but he's a good batter who could pinch hit off the bench in a situation if we needed him to, and he has first pitch Slayer, so. Alright, now moving to the pitching side of things, we obviously need to replace 2 starters in our one starter in our rotation, possibly 2, because remember Lee Mack is a 2-way player, so we could lean on him again as a bench infielder option if we wanted to. So I did find young rookie starter Orville Livingston. He would have a lead slider. He looks like a really good pitcher here on paper. I like what he's bringing to the table. Where's the age line now? There's also Derek Stevens and Chard Myers, 2 of the top-end pitchers that could be potential aces for us. Ooh, Myers has workhorse. Wow, okay. And Stevens maxed out his velocity. Now he has K Collector, too. Ooh, all right, Derek. Go off, kid. And we have young rookie starter Janice Parmigiano, who we could sign. Anthony Dixon, I believe he's a second-year pitcher. Mauricio Carrillo, and then Odin Owens I found as well. Uga Gruber and Fontina are down here on this end of the stick. Then bullpen, I found a couple long relievers I like. Marley Nickerson with clutch. She has fastball, curve. She's competitive. And then Leon Long, who is crafty. He has specialist and he's a lefty. Both of them are rookie pitchers. And then moving into the bullpen, I also found Asher Crosby. He's competitive. Then we also have Lucio Kemp, who's got good stuff and, subpar accuracy. And then Aaron Melendez, obviously the guy that I would look at. He doesn't have great pitching ratings, but he has really elite level accuracy. He has reverse splits against left-handers. He gets ahead. He's being propped up by those traits for sure. Stephen Graham, he has reverse splits there. He's also a disciplined player, which would match our original build. Malachi Reliable, also an option down here I found in the bullpen. But yeah, that's it. So now we're just going to be simming up the first couple of rounds here. I don't think we make any moves before the first 10 rounds, so let's just advance here into the off-season. So we have $90.6 million, and I believe we have 8 roster spots to fill. So hopefully things work out and we don't lose anybody, but as you know, most plans don't survive first contact, so we'll see. Not a lot of signings here early. 9 is when they start making moves now. And then round 10. Okay. So let's go back down here. Alright, so nothing was done in round 2. We know nothing was done in round 3. Round 4, nothing there. Round 5, nothing there as well. I don't think anyone started until like round 9. So yeah, round 6 we're good. Round 7 we're good. Yep, okay. Making sure I didn't miss anything here real quick. And then round 8, I think is nothing as well. Okay. So round 9, Camden Lozano is the first signing. He's going to the Toucans. Of course he is, the S-tier second baseman. And they also go grab our former long reliever Fisher McGillies as they release 11-year vet Tyke Quintana. Okay. And then next up, the Toucans made another move. They went and got backup catcher Ahmed Prouse. Double D is going to go to the Night Bats, the two-time defending champions now, as he was released by the Nocturnals last season. Then the Toucans go get Harold Robertson, a veteran starter. Okay, so those were the 5 moves that round, and now we're in this round, round 10. Chard Myers is the first signing. The Tramplers, who were in the playoffs last season, will take him from us, so he will not be our ace this season. Next, I believe there's 4 in this round. Next up is going to be Wixit Linguino, the veteran ace. He is going to the Leather Wings. Edward Freeman will also be going to the Leather Wings, so good luck, Edward. We appreciate your service. And then Derek Stevens, of course, got signed by the Trackers. So both ace starters we were looking to sign get stolen 2 rounds early and are being overpaid what their actual projected prices are. The Trackers are desperate to get out of last place. They finished in last place in their division last year. They weren't the worst team in our conference. That was the Thumpers, but still, a little annoying. All right, so we're 0.9, 0.8, 0.9. We got a little bit of breathing room on these guys. I think for Albert, we go one more round and we sign him around early, just like what happened with the pitchers. Blacksmith and Mann, I think we can easily get another round out of both of them. So I think we'll be good. Yeah, I think next round is when we start making moves. I'm just scrolling through here, making sure like no big names are like really below their price points. Richard is iffy on me. I could wait on him, honestly. I think we can easily get another round on him as well. So there are options here. These guys probably go next round, I think. I want to get one more round off all these guys, and let's move to pitchers. All right, well, the last best available option is Kason Chen. He's a little bit over his price point. Chris Klein, Rebecca Radical, obviously also a solid option. I wouldn't mind having Radical as our ace. Even though she is 36, she is still a really good pitcher. Jackson Gonzalez. We got Kelly Butters. No. Ignore Butters. We're leaving Butters. No. Radical would fit our disciplined build. That is true. Klein is there. Got Gage offside. He is elite curveball and volatile. He is also 36, but his ratings are lower than Radical. He is being held up by his traits. He is not being... his rating should be a lower. He really should probably be a B+ or a B. Yeah, but both his traits are still there. That's why he's still so high rated. Walk prone and easy jumps is not great. Consistent is decent for Charles, but his low accuracy scares me. Bellamy, walk prone with 99 accuracy. That is interesting. He has a walk prone with 99 accuracy. Livingston I still love as an option. He's got a round or 2 left in him. So do the other pitchers I have start, I think. Yep. Yeah, none of them are like near their... Not terribly close to their signing points, but some of them are. So, like Melendez, but no one's going to go after him this early. I doubt they do. So, I think we go one more round just to see if we get any more out of these guys and then go from there. I really want Radical, but I don't want to sign her right now. I want to go one more round on her, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Kason Chen also would not be a bad ace option as well, but he is over his price point as well. So, all right, let's go one more round here, and then we start making moves. Okay, that's Kason Chen right there. I can see that one. Yeah, there's Cowie Angeles. He's still in the league. He's going to the Bottlenoses. That's one of the other Angeles siblings. Let's see. Chase, Kason Chen to the Champs. Okay. He'll be their ace. Okay, that's it. All right. I like it. All righty. Let's see what we can do. All right. I think we go one more round on Nunez for sure. I definitely like Deekness. I think I would love him over Cano. I think he'd be a much better option than Cano is. Murphy, 14-2. That's perfect. He's only $500,000 over what he's worth. I want him back. Come home, Albert. Please, come home. All right, let's go. We got Albert back. All right. All right, so Albert's back at first base this season. And then we surprisingly got more out of Blacksmith. And, man, honestly, I'm going to take Blacksmith here, but she's going to be cheaper than Heather. And I like Arrest. I think she's a great up-the-middle option. Her career never really took off after we left the Thumpers there. After, I think it was the second season, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's fallen off the last two seasons for sure, but these were solid seasons, especially this one right here. So she is a good player. She has potential to be great again. I want to see her, return to form here a little bit. So we'll bring her in. All right, so the good news is that fixes our discipline thing. So our discipline thing is going to be back at tier 3. So we're good there. We don't need to find any more discipline players. We just need to stack as many discipline traits on top of it as possible. All right, so then moving down the list here. Obviously, we don't need another starting second baseman, but we could use a bench option, and I don't mind any of these guys. But they're still above their price points. We got a long way to go before we need to sign any of them. Richard is below his price point. He's propped up by his hitting ratings, that's for sure, and he'll have tier 3 volatile, which is scary. But it's not the worst. It's not a great trait, but it's not the worst trait you could have in this spot. Ventura, he would have tier 3 outside pitch. Stimulated would hopefully be a tier 2 by the end of this. Nice young option there at third. He could also play first base. I think we go one more round on both of them. Then we'll make a decision after that. Hamilton, Rogers, and Benwood. I was surprised none of them got signed. I ain't gonna hold you there. We signed Benwood, we get rid of Huffman. We trade discipline for discipline. We would lose fastball hitter. We would get much younger there at shortstop, though. Honestly, it's not a bad upgrade. Huffman can only play shortstop, too. I think Benwood can play second base. Yeah, he can play second base, so I love Huffman. He did well last year. He hit over 300, but I want to upgrade. I want to go all in. I want to get the young guy. Let's go with Blake Benwood. I think that's going to be a good pick. We trade discipline for discipline, so that doesn't change our chemistry, so that's good with me. We don't need Hamilton or Rogers anymore. Or Fist Freeman. I found Fist Freeman, too. He was a decent shortstop prospect as well. And then I don't think we have a need to go and replace anybody in the outfield. I like Simmons, Khan, and Pruitt. I think the only one I'm willing to replace is Dakota, who's the bench option. Obviously, Rago is still here. We have a long way to go on him as well before he's going to be signed. So we can move to pitching. So surprisingly, nobody signed Rebecca Radical this past round. Honestly, I don't mind signing her and just saying, you know what, we're going to go all in on discipline and we're going to have fun doing it. I do like Livingston, though, with the chance potential to continue developing, though. Accuracy is a little low, but he's got great junk rating. He's got a great junk, and he's got junk rating. He's got good breaking pitches, and he has decent velocity to back it up as well. Plus, he's a lefty. We don't get a lot of lefties in our rotation, I think. I know Thicket is right-handed, so is McForsham. Lee Mack is lefty. Fontina was right-handed, yeah. Yeah, I say we go get another lefty. I think Livingston will be the right call there. We got to go one more round on him, though. I don't think we sign him here. I think we go one more round and then sign him. Parmigiano would be interesting. So would Dixon. Moving to the bullpen. Long and Nickerson, I think both have one more round on them respectively, so no rush there to sign either of them. And none of these relievers are near their price point terribly. So, yeah, we'll go one more round now. Let's see what we get here. All right. So we get Ian Nolan. He's going to be the closer for the Tramplers. And then Marvin Simpson, the S-tier closer, is going to the below zeros. So he's returning to the Below Zeros, I believe. I think he was released by them at the end of last season. Radical survives another round. Look at that. Chris Flores, former Thumper center fielder. He's going to the Riddles. I believe that's his third team here in the series. Gingham Hamilton re-signs with the Below Zero. Or no, he moves to the Below Zeros. He was on the Bottlenoses, so he goes to a division rival in that respect. Juliet Hoover, long reliever, our former long reliever, is going to the Beasts. Okay, not bad. None of our targets got signed that round. Everyone's taking a very eerie... I'm taking Nunez now. I'm not waiting for them to steal her. A switch-hitting catcher. Please, this is easy. Easy signing right here. That's easy. Easy money, baby. Easy money. And you know what? I'm going to sign Deekness too, just because I like him better than Cano, and I'm tired of trying to nurse Gage Cano into a starting catcher. It's very clear this experiment didn't work, so he's done. Come on, Deekness. Let's go play some games. Alright, so we're good on catchers. Alright, what do we got here? These guys are good. We got a couple more rounds on them. Richard is still going down, by the way. Ventura is just above his price point as well. He is going to be cheaper than Richard in the long run. And I do need to get Scholarly up to Tier 2 at the very least. So I think signing him here would be the right call over Richard. Both of them are horrible fielders, but I think what sets them apart is Richard. Oh, they can both play first base, but I don't trust Tier 3 Volatile. I trust it on Pruitt because Pruitt's like an elite level hitter, so I'm fine with what he does with it, but Richard is not. Like, he's a good hitter, don't get me wrong, he's a great hitter, but he's not on the level Pruitt is, who's like both ratings are above 85, I think. So let's do Ventura in this spot. I'll give the young guy a shot, especially with that Tier 3 outside pitch. Alright, so that's good. Scholarly's up to Tier 2 now. Alright, so Scholarly should sit at Tier 2 for us. What do we have left? Okay, so we still need to replace Walters. That's a competitive player. Fontina was disciplined. I know that. We're good on discipline. Watkins is spirited. We're good there. We're not going to lose that one. And then Zuniga was competitive. So we need one competitive signing of these remaining 4 slots. And then the other 3, 2 of them have to be crafty, and the third one can be whatever we want it to be. Okay. Almost hit the wrong button there. Good thing I thought about it. Alright, so we need to sign one of these 3 infielders. This is going to be the competitive player we sign for the backup positions. So whichever one we want of those 3 we can take. Moving down the list, if I wanted to go get Rago, he would need to be re-signed. He would be the one free signing we would do, and then we would need to find a disciplined player to replace Fontina's spot on the roster. Chemistry might not work out for that one. Radical is still here, man. That's awesome. Livingston is a spirited player. Parmigiano is spirited. So is Dixon, Carrillo. Odin Owens is crafty. He would fit the crafty requirement we need to fill, but I don't like him compared to the other options we have. What else we got down here? Leonel Long, I would prefer him over Nickerson, just because they have the same pitch type, so it's not a matter. But crafty is the reason I want to sign him. He helps with that build. I love Clutch as a relief trait, but I think we get Long here. So replace Watkins. And we need one more reliever. I don't see any other crafty relievers, I don't think. Let me scroll here and make sure I'm not missing anybody. Judy Gould, 35, regressing. Felix, 37, regressing. Who else we got down here? Burnswell, slightly regressing. Choker. Alright, so we might need to reevaluate our decision making here because we need another crafty player. Shadow Weiss, 31. Okay, 31. Elite level velocity. Good junk. Accuracy's above average. Decent pitch. Ooh, look at that power rating. Hello, pinch hitter. She does have meltdown, which is troublesome. Brecken Kemp, ew. Surrounded's not great. Jaden Mayer. Oh, fuck. No, not Jaden Mayer. I ain't bringing him back. I've had the Jaden Mayer experience, and I want a refund, please. Roca, no. He's regressing. Alright. Let me look at all players. Let me go to chemistry and see what we got. Crafty. Shadow Weiss, obviously. She's interesting. Meltdown is scary, but I think usable. Odin Owens, Hugo Gruber, Evergreen Roca, Simon Tanner, Silas Burnswell. Burnswell and Tanner are options. I wouldn't mind having 2 long relievers in the bullpen, honestly. That's not horrible. Stevenson. Abdiel O'Brien. Julian Maloney. No. I can't say that name. They call it Hezekiah. It's Hezekiah. It's the last name I can't say. Chase Floyd be a bench option who can play anywhere in the field. We've had Chase Floyd here in the series. Hoots Love, Camilla Gare in right field, slew regulation. Jace Bale, Chess Hicks, Lucas Offside, Mutton Owens, Milana Carr, Heather Mann, Bull Resplendent, Marlon Walls, Kendrick Taverna. Milana Carr. Can we slot you in over at third base? We could bring you in as a bench option to replace Walters. Puts us there. Who can play first base if that's the case? Because obviously Murphy would be stuck at first base full time. Carr can play third and shortstop, so she can back up Benwood. Benwood can play short and second. Oldman can play everywhere. Ventura can play third and first, so he'll back them up. Carr can play third and shortstop, so we have coverage there. We're going to have plenty of coverage. That's not the problem. It's this chemistry thing that we're stuck on now. I like Milana Carr as the best option for the crafty stuff. RBI 0 and Whiffer both suck as traits, but if we're just using her purely for her defense, wouldn't have to worry about the hitting ratings at all. Although she's not a slouch in the batter's box either. She's actually decent. 72 and 60 is not bad for a bench player. And speed is decent at 56. Yeah, I'm purely signing her for her defense. She's a late inning defensive sub, I think. Let's get her. Alright, so now we really need that competitive player to be signed as a pitcher now. Yeah, because what that did now is that only leaves 2 pitcher slots left. And one of them will now need to be competitive to keep competitive at Tier 2, because what are our traits? We have the Whiffer trait on Blacksmith, the Whiffer trait on Carr, K-Neglector on Philly Mac, and then that's it, I think, actually. Yeah, that's it. There's only 3 of them left, so have to make that work. Where are the other 2? Oh, Cannon Armor on Oldman. I would love that at Tier 2. And then First Pitch Slayer on Simmons I would also like at Tier 2. So, okay, yeah, we need to get that to Tier 2. Alright, let's go back and take a look at the options in the starting rotation again. We're done looking at position players, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and go down here. We won't sign any of these young second basemen. We have the coverage to play second base. And don't forget, we have Lee Mack. He can also play the infield. He's a two-way player. So, we got him. We have, obviously, we have Oldman, who can play everywhere in the field. And then we got more coverage up the middle as well now. So, yeah, we're good. We're really good. All right. Gage Offside's coming back. He fits the chemistry. I would prefer Radical for personal reasons. Obviously, I like Rebecca Radical better. Livingston is very intriguing, though, as a rookie. I just wish he was the right chemistry. Vic Kerr. You're still in the league, Vic? Wow. 11 years later, this man is still kicking. Gunnar Malone. Nah. Nothing exciting starting-wise. I think the competitive signing needs to be the bullpen person. So what do we have? We have McGribbons. Dolly's not bad, but I don't think we can afford her. What else we got? We got Hello, Nickerson. You're back. I love it. I think Nickerson is an option for sure, especially with Clutch. Clutch will be a tier 2. That might be a good signing there. Who else we got? Sound Instigate, veteran left-hander with specialist. Asher Crosby. He does fit the chemistry. I like that. Kemp does not fit the chemistry. Melendez does not fit the chemistry. Cora Aguirre. Accuracy's too low. Graham does not fit it. Matthias Zuniga did fit it, but we're not bringing him back. Albert Heaves and Jesus Rico, the rookie. No. Peter Herman, closer. Ace-level closer. Color me intrigued. Alright, so what are we looking at price-wise? Crosby is just above his price point. Herman is just above his price point. Nickerson is right above her price point, too. I think we do double long arms in the bullpen. We bring in Nickerson as well. Because we know Leon Lowry got overused last year. That's why his numbers were so high. Reynolds and O'Connell have proven that they're both capable of pitching well. And Briggs, she had a rough year, but she was a rookie. She's still learning how to pitch in this league. We can keep her and just use her as like the last man in the bullpen kind of thing, where we have, and we got all these other options that are better than her. She should see the field the least and be able to technically develop. I like it. Yeah, we're going to do Marley Nickerson here. I like the double long arm strategy, and now for our last starting pitcher, we can sign anyone we want. We could sign any of the options we feel inclined to do. Didn't miss anybody down here, did I? No, it's just Herman, I think, and I already unstarred him, so we're good. All right, so let's go through our options. Rebecca Radical, 36 years old, definitely a bona fide ace, would take the pressure off of Thicket, move him down to the number 2 slot. Gage Offside, I don't like him. Shadow Weiss, Meltdown worries me. Livingston with elite slider, definitely an exciting rookie prospect. He's a left-hander too, something we don't have a lot of in this rotation. Parmigiano, not as exciting. I don't like Dixon, Carrillo, and not Owens. We can get rid of the low-level guys, and then we can just do this. Okay, so Livingston, Weiss, or Radical. What are my choices here? Either way, we're going to have enough budget to sign all 3 of them. We did say we were going to go all in. There's only one way you go all in. You go get Rebecca Radical and make her your ace. So Rebecca Radical, who has been a nemesis of ours in the series, in this league, is now our ace at 36 years old. Oh yeah, I like it. The team is set though. We kept discipline at tier 3 like we wanted to, even though we did lose a lot of discipline traits, unfortunately. Didn't capitalize on that, but we did get everything up to tier 2 at the very least. And we got all those crafty traits up to tier 2, which was the bare minimum requirement I had. But yeah, I like what we did with the team this year. I love Alicia Nunez as a rookie starting catcher. She will come in and start right away. Marvin Deekness is a great backup to have behind her. He's very capable, so you can sub him in as a late defensive sub late in games. And we don't have to deal with Gage Cano anymore. Albert Murphy is back. Booyah, that's a big win right there. Wes Blacksmith is now the new second baseman. We've obviously played with her when we were on the Thumpers, so we know what she can do. I think this is her 9th year in the league, because I think she came in year 3 in the league, so this is year 11. It's going to be year 11, so this is her 9th season. Milana Carr is the veteran third base option. She'll split time with rookie Quinn Ventura. I think between the two of them, I would start Ventura and have Carr as like a late inning defensive sub. Oldman, he's the utility player. He's going to come off the bench and play anywhere we need him. We have a new young shortstop, Blake Benwood, who I believe is in his 3rd year. He's in his 2nd year. He didn't have a great rookie year, but I like what I see. The ratings are good. He just needs time. Garlick is back in left, Wedge Khan back in center. Dakota surprisingly survives as the bench outfield option. We could upgrade her if we want. We have $1.5 million to play with. Salvador Pruitt is still here in right field. Bryson Thicket technically is the ace of the staff. He's higher rated than Rebecca Radical. Interesting. Philly Mack now slots down to number 3, and Lee McDonald is going to be the new number 4. Plus, he could still play in the infield on the days he's not pitching. We have 2 new rookie long relievers, Marley Nickerson and Leon O'Long. And then we get Leon Lowry, but we keep Leon Lowry, surprisingly. Narciso Reynolds and O'Connell return from last year's club along with Briggs. So our bullpen looks pretty good. Our bullpen and starting pitching look great on paper, guys. Like, the only weakness is McDonald, I think. And then we look really good on the defensive side of things. Our speed is really questionable, but that's all right. Our power looks great, and so does our contact. Like, we did a good job building this team. We need results. If this coming season fails again, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm going to check bench outfield options real quick just to see if there's, like, anything we could use that maybe would be, like, a slight upgrade over Dakota. The max we can pay is $5 million. Rock Corral, okay. Oh, he can only play left field, okay. Nope, never mind. Weston Ryu, Hayden Gomez, Beto Rago. I like Beto Rago. I do like Beto Rago. If he gets down to $5 million, we can sign him. Gray Walsh. No. Adriana Grant, I don't think gets down there. Pedro Sparks can only play center, although he's in rookie option. Flail can play right and catcher. He doesn't play the outfield. Chase Floyd, he'll definitely get down. He's already below $5 million, actually, but he's not an upgrade, I think, over Dakota. I think comparing the two of them, ratings-wise, the only thing he's better is in contact, so no, he's not an option. Rosa Barnes, well, she might get down there to $5 million. We'll see. Not a great fielder, though. Raymond, Welch, Mutton Owens, no thanks. Rory Harrison, still in the league. I think she'll get signed well before she gets to $5 million. I think we'll just sim to the end and see if there's anyone left who can play the outfield bench. I think the only one interesting to me is Rago. He's kind of the complete opposite of Dakota. Instead of being a defensive specialist, he's an offensive specialist. All right, we'll see what else comes up. But yeah, let's sim to the end of the offseason, because we got all our moves done already. So we do see Orville Livingston get signed immediately. He's going to the Flyers as they're going to try and develop another young starter. Heather Mann is going to the Riddles. Butters is going to the Bionics. Bland Grips resigns with the Thumpers. Shadow Weiss, Colin Reeves. Ooh, big signing there for the Nocturnals. They got Colin Reeves back. Peter Herman to the Nightbats will be their closer. Gallagher to the Swampers. Maya Rogers is going to the Swampers. Okay. Hardcore. Kevin Bates. Fist Freeman. Julia Maloney. Baca Island. He's still in the league. Jesus. Dolly McRibbons. Freeman Bruce is going to the Champs. And Villalobos to the Leatherwings. That's a big signing there. Gonzalez, Benson Lowe, Itana Haley to the Bird Lizards. Hesto Prince replaced. Xander Kerr's going home to the Furry Flyers. Oh, good job, Xander. Luciana Nolan, Aaliyah Enriquez. What do we got? Madeline De Leon. Kale Cisneros, Lee Bellamy. Chess Hicks, okay. Swing May, Simon Tanner, Odin Portillo, Rock Corral, Asher Crosby. Emmett Stout is going to the Trackers, former dive bomber. Gage offside, okay. Parmigiano, Villa, former Furry Flyer catcher. He was on the Thumpers last year. He's now on the Leatherwings. Rilo, Flail, Charles, Hoots Love, Tedson, Dunlap, Juliana Watkins, Hightower, Mahoney, Celine Kirk, Wade Fowl, Kendrick Taverna, Alexander Eccles, Strickland, Lupine McKay, former dive bomber to the Riddles. He's re-signing there. He had a horrible season with them last year as their primary second baseman. They also bring in Benetti. So 2 former dive bombers going there. Carrillo, Hubbard, Compton, Donovan, Kemp, Garrison, Masters, Zhang, Dixon, Guzman, former dive bomber. He's going to the Tramplers. Velocidad, Serrano, Grojal replaced by Norbert Taverna. Imogen Lara to the Nocturnals. She'll be the closer over Box Bruce. Ollie Lim is going to the Nocturnals, former Furry Flyer. Nebula Butler is on the Thumpers again, damn it. I hate seeing her. What are the odds I face Nebula Butler again for like the 4th straight year in one of our games? It's probably pretty high. Brecken Kemp, former dive bomber to the Swampers. Hector Lowe, Cannon Wright, Cameron Colon, Elizabeth Chapman, Harold South, Jace Bale. Lilith Love, there's Harrison. Lilith Love, one of the rookies we were looking at second base, is going to the Thumpers. Braden Macias. Old French Killer Hall, another rookie second baseman, he's going to the Tramplers. Tyrone Kirk, Shiso, Special. Von Wolf is going to the Bird Lizards. Beetle Rago did get signed. He went down to 5.6. He never got down to the price we needed. He's going to the Tramplers. Joe Rose, Stamp Gray. 3 more signings. Melendez to the Flyers, replacing Asher Crosby. Crosby's a free agent again. Slew Nelson and Sid Turncoat. Sportsman and Crosby. He's got Bailey picked up. He's going to the Bards. Nyla Witness to the False Knights, replacing Luther Coleman. They also get Stephen Graham and Tyke Quintana, former False Knight. He's going to the Swampers. Aguirre to the Bottlenoses. Felix to the Bards. What else we got? Huffman going to the Swampers. Good job, Garius. Good luck, brother. Rosa Barneswell to the Thumpers. Shepard to the Bionics, replacing Knight. Offside to the Swampers. Marlon Walls to the Swampers. Johnny Garrett to the Bionics, replacing Coraline York, one of the OG Thumpers. Camilla Gare to the Thumpers. Grant Tucker to the Trackers. And Burnt Majors, former Thumper, to the Trackers. Stump Duran released by the Trackers for Nia Connor, one of the OG Thumpers. Fox Good to the False Knights. Raylan Haley, former dive bomber, to the Bottlenoses. Adriana Grant to the Leather Wings. Mutton Owens to the False Knights. Nothing in round 25. Nothing 26, 27, 28 sees some moves. Gage Cano is finally signed. He's going to the False Knights. Weston Ryu to the Bottlenoses. Drake Graham, former Furry Flyer outfielder, to the False Knights. Dumpling Brooks to the Bottlenoses. Pedro Sparks, rookie center fielder, picked up by the Champs to replace Nash Hammond on the bench. And Keegan York got signed by the Bottlenoses. Nothing in round 29, nothing in 30, 31, and 32 ends the off-season here. Oops, sorry, knocked the mic upwards. Need to angle that back down, please. And the final round, we need to speed run that one because it's got to go all the way to the top, of course. Nothing happened. Okay, so no signings. No signings have been made since round 28. So the last 4 rounds were all quiet. What is available in free agency? Vic Kerr, motherfucker, is still here. Surprised he didn't get signed, but he's available. Odin Owens is still available, which is surprising to me. I thought he for sure would have been signed. Garlic Howells at 6.5 mil. Jesus Rico's still free agent. I'm not surprised. Eastman Runnett is still available as a bench infield option. I have plenty of coverage in the infield, though, so I'm good. Instigate, we have Hayden, Blake Dastardly. Chase Floyd is an option still, but I don't like him over Dakota. Fist Connor, the veteran, no thank you. Not Patton, Waldo Welch, Butter Sampson can play the outfield, no thank you. Raymond, Gomez, Duran. Gomez isn't a bad option, but nah, I like Dakota more. I kind of want to stick with her. All right, yeah, nothing we can sign right now. I don't think. I don't think there's anything too terribly interesting. Tanner and Kerr, two veteran starters, are still available. Odin Owens is available. I'm surprised by that. He's a rookie, so I'm surprised no one wanted to take a chance on a B-level rookie with elite four-seamer. Like, that's a pretty decent skill set. If we weren't going all in, I would have loved to sign Owens as our third starter. But we're going for broke this season because this organization is tired of losing, and we need something to get it going here. So up to the first game here real quick. Defending division champs Bird Lizards lose to the Bottlenoses 5-4 as they choke away the win. Gold Coast lose to the Tramplers 2-1. Thumpers and Bards here. Thumpers were the worst team in the league last year. They lose to the Bards 4-3. And the Leatherwings win 1-0 over the Beast. Final game of the Sim, False Knights and Bionics. False Knights win 6-1. Alright, not bad. Alright, so our first matchup next season is going to be against the Below Zeros, where we'll see OG Thumper Miller Bruiser, who is still in the league, entering his 11th year. Tier 3 Composed, Tier 2 Elite 2-seamer for him, and on the mound for us will be Bryson Thicket. Tier 3 Consistent, Tier 2 Elite Slider. Not bad. Here's the lineup we'll use for that game. Leading off at first base will be Albert Murphy. Then it is Simmons in left, Wedge Khan in center, Salvador Pruitt in right, Alicia Nunez, the rookie catcher, Blake Benwood at shortstop. Quinn Ventura gets the start at third base, batting 7th. The rookie will make his debut. And Arrest Blacksmith will bat 8th at second base. Wow, this lineup is pretty freaking deep now, guys. I don't know where you find any weaknesses in this one. Yeah, I think we did a good job. Alright, but that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I'll give you a quick recap of the offseason. We're going all in. We took that $90 million budget. We spent all but $1.5 million of it. We bring in a new rookie catcher in Alicia Nunez, who's a really great hitter and not a slouch defensively either, although she could be better. Marvin Deekness is the new backup catcher as we get rid of Gage Cano. He's a really good defensive catcher, and he's got some power in his bat as well. Albert Murphy, we re-signed. He's back at first base. We added Arrest Blacksmith, the former Thumpers second baseman, replacing Heather Mann. Milana Carr is a bench third base option for us. Quinn Ventura, the rookie, will be starting at third base as he's brought in, since we're going to slot Murphy primarily at first base. Dakota Oldman is still here as the bench utility guy in his second year. Blake Bedwood is the new shortstop over Huffman, as we went a lot younger there in that department. Garlic Simmons is back in left field. Wedge Khan returns in center field. Lennox Dakota returns as the bench outfielder. Salvador Pruitt returns in right field. Bryson Thicket is back as the ace. We added 11th year vet Rebecca Radical, one of the top pitchers in the league for the past decade. She is now our number 2 at 36 years old. Philly Mack is back on the roster, and Lee McDonald is going to be the new 4 as we do lose Fontina to free agency. In the bullpen, we add rookie long relievers Leonel Long and Marley Nickerson, and then we also hang on to the rest of our bullpen from last year. Leon Lowry, Narciso Reynolds, Rog O'Connell, and Heidi Briggs. All 4 of them return. This team is now built as a winner. Let's see if we can play like winners. Next episode will be the opening day for year 11, but that is going to be in the future, as we are going to put a little bit more emphasis on the Chemlock challenge I'm doing here on the channel, and also keep on with the Overdogs, who are currently in the middle of year 3, heading to the end of the regular season in that one, and right now they are in the playoff hunt, so that one's going to take precedence as well. But let me know what you guys think of the roster moves this season, and what you think of the team now, as we'll leave you here on this screen. Did we make the right moves? Was there something I missed? What do you guys think we could do to make the team even better, if that's possible? I think we did a great job. And what do you guys think we'll be doing here in the coming season? Will we finally break the streak of being a losing team every year, or will we continue to do the same and underperform like we always have? Let me know down below in the comments. That is going to do it for this episode, everybody. If you made it this deep, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you guys want to come over, watch the games live before they're posted, and also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. That is going to do it for me today, guys. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be. Have a wonderful day, everyone.